Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're an existing subscriber, thank you so very much for the subscription. And if you're not, please do hit the like button and become a subscriber. This is going to be my first road trip in my Baby X 2.0. I had already done another road trip in my previous Model X and it was a fantastic experience. This time around, I'm taking my brand new Model X Plaid. I'm traveling from Naperville, Illinois to Minneapolis north. So it's a total distance of 405 miles. Actually, I need to get to Fargo, North Dakota, but I'm doing a layover, a pit stop at Minneapolis. So I'll be traveling 405 miles in this first stretch. And again, the beauty about this, I have to just put in the final destination. And Tesla, it does all the calculation. So my first stop is going to be at Lake Delton, Wisconsin. When I get there, I should have around 15% of battery, and it's asking me to wait there for 30 minutes. And that's right around lunchtime, so it'll be perfect. And this time I'm not traveling alone. I've got my partner, my father-in-law, traveling along with me. So it's going to be a fun road trip. And the second stop is going to be at Minneapolis, Wisconsin. I think I've never been there, so it'll be a good stop over there. And there I have to literally stop for 15 minutes. So again, when I get there, I'll have 15% battery, charge it for 15 minutes, and then straight head over to Embassy Suites at Minneapolis North. Right, so by the time I get there, I should still have 22%. So that's what Tesla does great. It ensures that when you reach the destination, you're not really reaching there with single-digit battery percentage. You have substantial amount. All right, so very excited and ready to hit the road. And on the way, obviously, I'll be checking out all the different features. This time around, I've learned my lesson. I will mount the camera on my head so that you'll get a good view of what exactly I'm seeing. The last time around when I did the road trip video in my previous Model X, I had it mounted on my chest and pretty much you couldn't see past the dashboard. So lesson learned from that. Thanks for the feedback. I'll take some more clips, put it all together, and you'll get to see the final video. All right, so ready to start. Let's go. All right, we are cruising down 88 West. It's an absolutely gorgeous fall day here in the Midwest, in the Chicagoland area. It's just around 57 degrees and it's perfect. Not a lot of traffic, and it's beautiful. What they have done with the suspension in this car, even the noise cancellation, active noise cancellation with the audio, the soundproofing of the interior. It makes it wonderful to drive and go for these really long trips. And the best part, like I said earlier, you just punch in your destination. The Tesla navigation does the math for you. It tells you where to stop, for how long, so you're not really sitting there waiting for the battery to become 100%, and you don't have to do all the math. You just put in the destination and just drive. And let me also show you the Autopilot. This car has FSD, but it hasn't been enabled yet because it takes a while for Tesla to determine your driving behavior. They also give you a driving score, the safety score. And I believe if it is above 80-85%, they do enable it. Fortunately for me, I've kept my safety score at around 97-98%, so I'm really hopeful the FSD gets enabled soon. But as of now, I have the full Autopilot, and setting the Autopilot is extremely simple. All you have to do is just one click and Autopilot is on. So it not only maintains the speed, but it keeps you in your lane. And if somebody else cuts you, it makes sure that it slows down as well. So it is very smart, very sophisticated. So it's going to keep me in this lane. So this person is trying to change his lane. It reduced the speed from 75 to 72. And now once the lane is clear, it automatically picks up. And even the slowing down, the acceleration is very smooth. So it's not like a sudden jerky stop or acceleration. They've made it very smooth. And the other feature of Autopilot is the auto steer, of course. So if there is an open lane next to you, it makes suggestions. So right now it is asking me to apply a slight force on the yoke just to make sure that I haven't dozed off. So it constantly keeps checking on the driver. And now it's asking me, it's making a suggestion. You want to change the lane, and if I say yes, all I have to do is press the indicator. It checks and it changes the lane all by itself. So I didn't even have to do anything. I just had to press the indicator and it changed the lane for me. Now there's going to be a slight bend in the expressway and it's going to be doing the driving for me. Look at that. Even this, they have refined it so well. Look at that. It's a smooth turn around the bend. I must say in the previous version, I felt as though it was a bit more jittery, but in this, it's very refined. So you can set it on autopilot. Every once in a while, it'll remind you to apply a slight force on the yoke. And yeah, it pretty much drives by itself. Now there's a truck in front of me who is obviously following the speed limit and going slow. So it should reduce the speed. So there you see it's reducing the speed. It's a gradual slowdown. It didn't brake immediately. And now let me switch lanes. So it's making a lane change suggestion and it is changing the lane all by itself, hands-free. And now gradually it's increasing the speed once again. It's a very smooth acceleration and stopping. Love it. All right, more later. I'm about 6 minutes, 4.1 miles away from the supercharger at Lake Delton, Wisconsin, and automatically the Tesla is preconditioning the batteries for fast charging. So it is telling me that I need to stay there exactly for 25 minutes. So let's see what charge rates we are able to achieve. But at least right now it's preconditioning the batteries so that the charge rates can be really high. All right, I'll take the next video once I get there. So I've driven for about 2 hours, 15 minutes, and actually I've arrived 23 minutes ahead of schedule. And when I left from home, it had predicted that by the time I get to this first supercharger in Lake Delton, Wisconsin, I'll be at 19%, but I actually have 21% of battery. So hopefully that reduces the wait time over here. So I've already gained like 23 minutes, so that's really cool. And that's exactly how long I need to wait over here for the supercharger.
Sales Parkway. Then your destination will be on the right.
So pulling into the Tesla supercharger in Lake Delton, Wisconsin. Look at that. No one's here. Uncle, which is your favorite number? Alright, I can pick anything over here. Let me pick this one over here.
Wow.
Right, estimated charge time over here is 25 minutes. Right, so let's go ahead and supercharge the car. And even this is super convenient. I don't have to take out my card or any such thing. Tesla supercharger knows which car it is. And there you go. I just plug it in. And it basically charges the car and also charges my card on the account. But let's see what charge rates we are able to achieve. Oh wow, look at that. We are getting charge rates of 248 kilowatt. That's 870 miles an hour. $250 kilowatt. It already gained 1 kilowatt hour. And it's counting how much it's gonna charge my card as well. All right. And it also tells me how long I need to be here. Just 20 minutes. That's it. I'm not gonna be sitting here waiting for the battery to be 100%. So I'll see you guys in 20 minutes. The next stop is gonna be 150 miles away at Minneapolis, Wisconsin. And there, the supercharger wait time is half. It's just gonna be 10 minutes. And it's estimated that I'll reach there with 27% battery still left. All right, I'll see you there, Minneapolis, Wisconsin. I must admit, whatever they have done with the soundproofing, with the suspension, with the road noise cancellation, active noise cancellation, it just works. You can't even hear the road noise over here. It's perfect. And while I was taking the video, since I had it on Autopilot, it is asking me to pay attention and not get distracted. The other thing that I noticed when I'm on Autopilot is when I'm passing a truck on the other lane, the car auto steers slightly away from the truck, so it doesn't still continue to be in the center of the lane. It slightly moves to the side just so that there is even more space whenever I'm passing a truck. So there are a couple of trucks that are coming up, so I'll show you how exactly that it happens. It's a very subtle movement. They have really made it very refined. So we're just about to pass this truck. Let me increase the speed a little bit. And you'll notice that maybe in the steering wheel, it moves a little bit to the left. It senses the truck. It moved a little bit to the left. And then once it passes the truck, it comes back to the center. This is the thing that concerned me in the previous version, where the Tesla would always be in the center of the lane. And if the vehicle in the next lane, if it moves slightly closer, it wouldn't apply that correction. But looks like now it does just that. So it's really comfortable. It always gives some additional space from another vehicle or a large sized vehicle like a truck, which is in the neighboring lane. So yeah, this Autopilot is definitely more confident, and you feel more comfortable as a driver and a passenger sitting when the Autopilot is on. ರೋಡ್ನೇ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀನಪ್ಪ. approaching the supercharger at Minneapolis, Wisconsin in 4.3 miles. In another 6 minutes, and as you can see again, the battery is getting preconditioned for the supercharging. It had predicted that by the time I get there, it'll be around 24 or 23%, and that's exactly the case. And here, it's a much shorter wait. It's only going to be 10 minutes, and then we head out to the final stop, or at least for today. That would be the Minneapolis North. It's been a fantastic drive so far, effortless, especially with the Autopilot, the way they have refined it. It's been an amazing experience. All right, I'll take another video when we get into the supercharger at Minneapolis. All right, we are pulling into the supercharger at Minneapolis, Wisconsin. There are about 7 superchargers over here. And a couple of other Tesla owners are already here. Getting a charge rate of 870 miles an hour at 251 kilowatt. So literally we have to wait here for 6 minutes. So that's gonna be a very short break. I might have some chai over here. Just enough time for some chai. Yeah, it literally took 5 minutes to go from 24% to 49% now. It's calculating the time remaining so that we can continue on the trip. And for this charging session, all right, there you go.
We have enough energy.
If I continue to stay here, it'll charge 100%, right? But I've got plenty to continue with my trip. I say, okay. Just costed me less than $5. This is superb. All right, let's unplug and hit the road. All right, we just reached our destination, which is Embassy Suites in Minneapolis. 3 minutes ahead of schedule. So actually, in each segment, we have saved time, and we came in here with 23% of the battery still left. It was a fantastic day, a fantastic fall day here in Midwest. Loved driving the Tesla Model X. The Autopilot, it's really, really good. It stands out. That was one thing that was making me a bit nervous the last time around, where Tesla just maintains the car in the center of the lane. And if the vehicle on either side of the lane, if they are slightly moving closer, it wouldn't adjust it. So that would make you a bit nervous. But now it is really smart. It moves, especially if there is like a truck next to you. It gives enough spacing, and it autocorrects once it passes the truck. So it was a fantastic drive, and traveled 405 miles in almost like record time. When I left Naperville, it was around 10:20, and now it's 5 o'clock over here. So made up some very good time and enjoyed the entire drive. And I think even my father-in-law is quite happy. Hey guys, good morning. Heading out of Minneapolis now to Fargo, North Dakota. I have 90% charge on the battery, and I'll have to make a pit stop at Alexandria, Minnesota. That's a supercharger over there. By the time I get there, it'll be 10 a.m. So right now it's 8:24. So an hour, 45-minute drive to Alexandria, Minnesota. When I get there, I should have 39% charge, and I think the wait time over there was just around 10 minutes. And after that, I'll be heading straight to Fargo, North Dakota. All right, see you in Alexandria, Minnesota. Maybe this was always there, but I just noticed this hidden gem, if you want to call it. right at the bottom of the console there, you see a small sliding bar that shows the consumption or the regen. So whenever the regen braking charges the battery, it turns green, and whenever the battery is being consumed, whenever I'm accelerating, the bar goes to the right in white, and when the regen is there, it turns green. Just notice that. Maybe because of the temperature outside, we are still 41 miles away from the supercharger, and already the car is preconditioning the batteries. Maybe because of the low temperature outside. I guess the batteries are not yet warm enough. Also, auto steer is limited to 85 miles an hour. So when I put it on autopilot with auto steer, and if I try to increase the speed over 85 miles an hour, it gives that pop-up saying auto steer is limited just for 85 miles an hour. Which I think it's a good thing, especially given that it's still in the beta stage. That works for me. And it's way ahead of any of the speed limits in most part of the country.
Now take exit 103 on the right. In 500 feet, turn right onto Highway 29 South. Now turn right onto Highway 29 South.
So we are here in Alexandria, Minnesota. There's a Target over here, and the superchargers are right over there. So let's supercharge. So it's a quick 10-minute stop over here. Getting a charge rate of 870 miles an hour. That's super fast. And let's see how much I get charged for this supercharging session. 9 minutes to go. Maybe I'll take a quick bio break. But so far, it's been really spot on with its battery consumption estimate and the time it would take. So perfect. No complaints whatsoever. Yes, it took exactly 10 minutes. So got me from 37% to 64%. And I'm ready to go. And for this charging session, it costed me $11.93. No, 98, $12. All right. So let's get out and get back on the road. Next stop, Fargo, North Dakota. Back on I-94. So another hour and a half, 107 miles to reach my destination in Fargo, North Dakota. I'll see you guys there. And by the time I get there, I should have still 27% of battery. That's the estimate. I should reach my destination in Fargo, North Dakota in another 25 minutes. 25 minutes for another 25 miles. Drive so far has been extremely peaceful, smooth ride. The autopilot is great. The views are also fantastic. Very calm, very serene. You can see some rainfall in the far horizon over there. Cornfields on both sides, ready to be harvested. Really nice ride. You can just keep on driving, keep on cruising. Alright, see you guys in Fargo. Miles and miles of cornfield on both sides, ready to be harvested. Look at that. All right, after almost 9.5 hours of drive time,
Now your destination is on the left.
I've reached my destination, covered 650 miles on this wonderful driving technology. So I'm gonna paraphrase and say what Captain Jack Sparrow says. It's not just the autopilot, it's not the air suspension or the noise cancellation. Those are all what a car needs, but what this Model X Plaid is freedom. Just enjoy. Pretty much done with my road trip, but look at all the bug splatter over here. Hardly anything on the hood and barely anything on the windshield. So just goes to show how nicely and the aerodynamic shape of the car is. All the bug splatters are over here. Hardly anything on the hood, nothing on the windshield. So kind of gives you an idea if you have to get the PPF done. This is the place where you need it the most. And if I walk around to the side, hardly anything over here. So if you want to get the PPF done for the door, it's basically just to avoid any door dings. Definitely don't need it on the back side. Oh, you need it for the mirror as well. There are lots of bug splatters over here. So there you go. Proof as to where you need the paint protective film on your Tesla.